Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Oscar Oxford, and I have a message for you today. I'm going to give you practically a prelude of what is coming this weekend. I will be preaching on Sunday, both services, and I will be giving you the full line of what I will share. Today, I'm going to just share a prelude or just an outlines of what we'll be discussing on Sunday. But anyway, the message today, including Sunday, is called "What About Now? What is ahead? The aftermath of 2020." We have passed through an incredible year. Upside downs. The nation have experiencing a whirlwind. Basically, most nations have been upside down, especially with the pandemic. But we can have many other sectors, not only just economic, political, social, but mostly spiritually. There is definitely a decay in spirituality in most all nations, because very few nations are really seeking God's will in this matter. Everybody seems like is panicking, yielding to fear, and I can go on and on and on and on. The amazing things to me also is the church. What's going on with the church? Why also the church has been polarized and been sucking to this turmoil and the polarization of the whole world, also going to and fro. Some of the things that is amazing to me as we face 2021, and I believe that God is calling us to a higher standard and to rise up. And it is basically that obviously every year everybody makes new resolutions. So we look at from getting in shape, and I will add to getting in shape, not physically, but also you have to get your mind set. You have to have a mindset that is aligned with the mind of Christ. We cannot be polarized by everything that is going on without having a solid foundation. And you and I, we must understand that we are standing in the solid rock. Now, as the church is experiencing the polarization and a whirlwind, we also are perceiving that the church body, they're growing cold. Obviously, there are signs of the time that in the last day will be an apostasy. Why? Because of the heart of mankind are growing cold. Now, but who are those men that their hearts are growing cold? It's the church. We cannot allow and afford to allow ourselves to grow cold because of what's going on, and not to have and keep the fire going. So those are the signs of the apostasy that I am perceiving that is taking place in our churches today, not only in America. We're talking about worldwide too. So how do we prepare? What do we need to do? And number one, we shall not be afraid. We shall not be afraid. We cannot yield to fear. Fear is the opposite of faith. And then we must hang on to hope. Hope is the anchor of our soul. Hope is the one that embraces us to move on. and to embrace faith, to carry on. But we need to discover what is your task, what is your purpose. Because there is a reason why you are still here. Jesus has selected you, He has chosen you to live in this time. In such a time like this, you have been born. Not just to wait around. Waiting is good as long as you wait on the Lord. So what I'm saying is that I challenge you today to not only to get in shape, but also to sharpen your mind. Sharpen your mind. You must sharpen your mind. In addition to that, I will share two other things that you need to sharpen. You need to sharpen your ear. And then you need to keep sharpening your eyes. I already talked to you previously last year in a message about the vision and about the eyes. But I want you to address too that you need to sharpen your ears, because ears to listen is an art. And what is been happening to us, and we have allowed that to happen, that we are in a war. I will call it a cyber terrorism. I mean, we are bombarded from every angle, from the news media, from TV, from online, from Google, YouTube, from friends, from the whole thing. And one of the things that I've been noticing is that, but I haven't been able to talk to you for a while, is the rise up of every wind of doctrine that you can imagine. Is been sweeping America, especially the conspiracy theories. We are like Hopper. This guy is saying this guy is saying that, and then the moment that you start listening to many people and things that they are, basically the great vast majority of the conspiracy theories, they're illusions. That is a delusional thinking. You cannot afford to be engaged and submerged and sucking into that destructive force that you think that is truth, but it's not truth. That is an illusion. It's an illusion that I present to you, and then you are feeding into the delusional thinking, and you have to stop that. The only way that you're going to develop and be prepared, and prepare your ears, prepare your eyes, and prepare your mind, is through the mind, is through the Word of God. And I will get to that in a minute. And second will be your eyes, and third will be your ear. You have to work hard at hearing the voice of God. Hearing His voice. Jesus said, "My sheep hear my voice, and I will guide them, and I will lead them." But the enemy have many voices, and many of you are listening to many voices, and you are happy. You are becoming like a shopping hopper. You know, going here and going there and shopping and listening to many things, and you're not drawing the conclusions that the Lord wants you to have. So you have to stay still, and you have to wait upon the Lord, and you have to develop your ear to hear His voice today. So what do you need to do? How do you prepare yourself to what is coming ahead? So anyway, I'm going to share with you about one of the first steps that you need to do. And it is very clear. You have heard this word of God over and over throughout the years. But it is important that you put it into practice. And how you're going to put it into practice is essential. So, how to become a better you for 2021? From getting in shape into sharpening your mind. However, what do you need to improve? One source to achieve is, and it's out of Romans chapter 12, verse 1 and 2, and it say, and I'm going to speak regarding, I like the Amplified version, it say, I appeal to you, and I beg you, in view of all the mercies of God. Mercy of God, it need to be embraced, it need to be bathed, you need to walk on it. May he say, all the mercies of God, to make a decisive dedication of your body, presenting all your members and faculties as a living sacrifice. I wonder why I say living sacrifice, because it's hard. It's so easy to get distracted. So many things that you can do in the world today to get distracted. So it is a sacrifice. But it's a living sacrifice, and God is calling you to present yourself as a living sacrifice. All your faculties, all your members, holy, devoted, consecrated, and well-pleasing to God. Which is your reasonable service. It's your reasonable, rational, and intelligent decision. And a spiritual worship. Verse 2, he says, do not be conformed to this world, to this age, fashioned after and adapted to external, superficial customs. You don't have to go like everybody else. Oh, everybody else is doing it. You don't have to be conformed to the things of this world. You can be different, and then you can change your surrender by being different and by showing the transformation and the power of God that is upon you. So they say, but be transformed, changed by the entire renewal of your mind and by new ideals and new attitudes. You know, we need to have new ideals based on the Word of God. And second, we have to have a better attitude. We have to have a new attitude of life. We have a new attitude and a healthy attitude. You can have an attitude, but a healthy attitude about what the times that we're living right now. Work on improving your attitude towards health, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind. So, being transformed by the renewal of your mind, so that you may prove for yourself what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God, even the things which is good and acceptable and perfect in the sight of the Lord and in the sight of men. Everything is polarized. They are judging bad as good, and they're judging good as bad. But one thing you want to know, what is the will of God? The will of God is very simple. This passage, you will get to know what is the will of God in your life. You need to present yourself every day before Him as a living sacrifice, so that you will know what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. The other thing that I wanted to discuss with you, because I do not want to take away, most of the message that I haven't restored for you on Sunday, that there are other three things that you can implement, and it's basically in the scriptures as simple as three things. In Ephesians chapter 3, verse 14 and 21, it says, be rooted and grounded in the love of God. You have to allow the love of God to fill you. You have to allow the love of God to embrace you. You have to allow the love of God to flow through you. Flow through you. Flow. And then give love. Give love. Give love. That's what people need. People need to be loved. People need to be accepted. So reach and release the love of God to reach the lost, to reach people that are in need. The second thing is be rooted and grounded in the Word of God. That's in Romans chapter 1 verse 3. Be rooted and grounded in truth. If you're not walking in truth, you're lying to yourself. You're not going to fool God at all. But you need to step up and rise up and walk in truth. Be honest to yourself. Be honest to your loved one. Use that as a way of life, to be honest. So be rooted. And when you're rooted in the truth, it will grow. When it grows, it will grow that you are reflecting the truth of God, of the living God, working and transforming in you. The same thing with the love. When you're rooted and grounded in God's love, it will rise up within you that indeed you are showing God's love to this dying generation. And then also complemented, as just finished with Romans chapter 12 verse 1 through 2, you say rooted and grounded in His Word. You cannot stop reading and studying the Word of God. And like I say, be careful with hearing voices. What voices are you listening today? What voices are you hearing today? You're hearing too many voices. Not only just conspiracy theory people, just listen to this prophet, the other prophet, this prophet says so, and then when they're way off, they have a big excuse why their prophecy did not were fulfilled. It's somebody else's fault. Does that sound familiar? In the Old Testament? No. You have to be centered in the Word of God, and you have to sharpen your mind to understand the time and the season that we're living in. So I wanted to leave you with that. I love you. I bless you. Thank you for having this time to hear it. Make sure that you be there on Sunday, the two services, 8:30 and 11 o'clock, and then I will unfold and reveal more of this message that God has given to me. What now? What is ahead? The aftermath of 221. Bless you. May the Lord shine His face upon you as you shine within my heart. And I will see you Sunday. Bye.